What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I'm late. A lot of technical issues today, so let me know if you can hear me. I know that the sound and the camera is not matching now, but that will sort itself out in a few minutes. I'm not gonna do a very long live because I just recorded a podcast with Julian and I kind of discussed everything I wanted to discuss on that. So it could be like I could repeat myself if you're gonna watch the podcast tomorrow. So do that. Also keep in mind we had issues on the podcast with the mic. No idea why, but I couldn't get the volume up. So don't complain about it. I'm working on it. But really quickly, it's not gonna be very live again. Big live. The main points are, according to all sources, Allegri said no to the big offer, the 20 million a season offer from, I don't know which team it was. It was from the Saudis. I know that, but I forgot which team. Was it Al Hilal? One of the two? I don't know. So apparently he said no. That's done. He's not doing that. Hence the title of the show. That it's staying because of money. We're gonna talk really quickly about Cuadrado, Milik, and maybe something else that will drop during this live, basically. First thing, Allegri saying, I will say really quickly, I still think something will happen, but for the sake of the show and the future videos coming, I'm gonna act like I believe 100% he's gonna stay. So he's staying, and he made his wishes, or like the early wishes, very clear, you might say, and maybe the wishes of the club as well. The first thing that came out yesterday, after the meeting, was that he wants Milik to stay. He wants Milik to stay, and he told the club keep him. I think the club wanted to keep him anyway. They didn't use the option for 7 mil because they wanted a better deal, and apparently the better deal is like we did in the past with Morata and a lot of players we loaned out. We'll sign a new deal with Marseille. We will loan him for a season, and then we will use the option to buy, meaning we will actually push back the fact that we need to pay him the 7 mil or Marseille the 7 mil or whatever it is the agreement is, and we will push that back for another year. That's basically what's going to happen apparently, and Milik is going to stay. He spoke today. I think Poland play Euro qualifiers, and he spoke today, and Milik himself said, I want to stay. I'm happy with the club. I'm happy at the club, and he's staying. I think that's not set in stone, but we can all assume that Milik is not going anywhere. He's just rejoining, and he's going to be here even the following seasons because he's going to sign a deal. So that's that. That's the good, bad news, whatever you want to call it. I think it's meh news, because I need to see something different before I can judge that move. What else came out of from that meeting is that Cuadrado is done, which is really, really strange because, like, I'm gonna say 2 hours before that news came out, Cuadrado spoke also with the national team of Colombia, and he said, yeah, they offered me a new deal, but then he said, we didn't really discuss it as now, no decision. We hope to continue and play at a high level. Good. And like 2 hours later, Romeo said it's not all that rosy, and Di Marcio said it's done. Then Giovanni Albanese and all reports today saying it's done. Cuadrado is not going to get a new deal. You go to Turkey or Spain. Roma contacted him, whatever, but he's not signing a new deal. He's not staying with the club, and I'm happy with that. Again, I have nothing against Cuadrado in terms of I don't hate a player, but the performances over the last 2 seasons have been poor. I will keep it nice. They have been really poor because they're not good. I know somebody in the comments put, oh, that's bad news. He's the only player who can beat this man. 2 years ago, I would agree with that, but he's very inconsistent in doing that, in his crossing, and just his performances in general. It looks very stale. Like, I don't know, man. It's just not good enough. and we need something else. I don't know if the something else is gonna be better, if it's gonna be worse or whatever, but time is up, and I think that's good news. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna applaud the club for, wow, amazing job. That's just common sense. Like, these are not the things I'm gonna applaud the club for. Not renewing Cuadrado, or shipping out Alexandro or even De Chilio down the line. Like, I'm not gonna applaud the clubs for doing these things, because these things just need to happen naturally. If they happen consistently at a wrong time, at the right time, not 2-3 years too late, then I might start giving the club credit. But they waited way too long, and I'm not gonna give them credit for it. Like, it's just common sense. Him, Alexandro, all these players, just they offer nothing. They offer absolutely. Actually, they offer things, but not for us. That's the issue. Like, they offer things for the opponent. So, Cuadrado gone. That's good news, because he shouldn't be at the club anymore. But those were the main points coming out of that meeting, basically. And as I can see in the comments, people are not happy about it, and it's frustrating, because he's saying the links with the club, the links of players joining and players leaving, it's not looking amazing, is it? Like, it's actually looking, it's looking really, really bad. it's just looking bad. That's all you can say at this moment in time. Let them lose more money and more players. Mediocre club. This club is a joke. Bye Champions League for the next 2-3 years. When will UEFA announce their verdict on the potential 1-year ban? I have absolutely no idea. I was expecting it to be out already. Really not looking forward to the last few years of Allegri's contract. Even seeing the players who are linked to it, they don't seem to be of any quality whatsoever. I agree with that. Like, the quality, and I know we cannot spend 50 million on a player, but when you get linked with certain players like Home or Zaniolo, it makes me sad. Like, it just makes me absolutely sad. Like, I'm knowing that we cannot spend any money, it still makes me sad. Like, that's all I can say. Let me read out a few comments before I go on. Sandro, Allegri, Cuadrado, Chilio, McKennie, Arthur, Pellegrini, Zakaria should be sold. Yeah, probably some more. I agree. How real is news that if Allegri stays, Chiesa goes? I'm not gonna say like for as of now, it's not coming from the best sources, but I wouldn't be shocked. Like, you wouldn't be shocked. Because me and Julian did a podcast. Go watch that tomorrow, and we discussed that, and we had some different points of view of that. So check that out. I don't want to repeat myself for people who do watch the podcast. But he gave me a stat, and I got the stat right on Chiesa, on how many games he started, and if you just hear that, you're like, yeah, like, why would he stay? Like, and the worst part about he started 11 games. I'll give it away, but watch the podcast. But he played as a left wing back. He played on the right wing. He played that second striker, and he played that as the solo striker at times. He wasn't happy, and he made that very clear. So I wouldn't be shocked if he leaves, or if he asks to leave, because it feels like just a natural thing that will happen very, very soon. Because why would he stay? Like, just give me one good reason why he would stay when he potentially has if he potentially has offers from better teams. Why would he stay? Like, just, if we're being completely honest, it makes no sense for him to stay. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Here's my question. We know Giuntoli is married to Juve at this point, regardless of exactly when he joins. Do you think he's currently guiding Manna and Cavo for the transfer season? No. I don't think that. I don't believe that, also because you cannot do that. Like, if you like, that's you just cannot do that. Like, you're still employed by Napoli, and as long as you're employed by someone, you need to work for that. Like, for him, it's that simple. So I don't believe that. That's not happening. That situation, I'm not gonna say I don't care, but he's not coming in this season. And if he's coming in this season, it's midway through the mercato. Like, it's a mess. It's been poorly judged by Alcon, and mismanaged, and we're in the situation now. So I think that's something to worry about more down the line, or like worry about, look forward to, or discuss when he actually joins. But I don't think it will have an impact on this transfer market. I don't like. It's just already too late, in my opinion. It's getting too late, even though it's technically not. Okay, so no, that's my answer. But you might disagree. You might disagree. So basically, the most important offseason in Juve's history, we're being guided by media director and under 23 manager. You're spot on. You're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on. And when you put it like that, it hurts even more. Like, it actually hurts even more. I said it because the plan was June to leave. It wasn't Mana. Like, Calvo, Scanavino can come out and say, oh, in January we clocked he's gonna be the guy. There was not a single rumor that he was gonna be the guy. It was all June to leave, and the backup was Mana. So the club can put a spin on it. Also, Giovanni Albanese tweeted out something, and I hate it because it's PR spin, and I don't know if he's a mouthpiece for the club, but it feels like he is at times. The way he defended Allegri, acting like nothing really happened, and now he tweets out that yes, the financial situation could make players leave, but keep in mind, maybe some players, they want to play Champions League. Yes, that's true, but they can do without Champions League for 1 year. The issue is if players are asking to leave, they're asking to leave because they don't want to be coached by these guys, because the players linked with a move are players we know are very unhappy with how things are going. So it's, again, PR spin. It's good that he's got found out by a lot of people, because that's not okay to do. That's not okay to do. He suggests that players might leave because there's no Champions League, but he never suggests that players might leave because they don't like the setup they are playing in. That's never a suggestion for some journalists, which is absolutely insane, because we can all see it. I think in interviews, you've actually players disagreeing with the coach in interviews and Allegri calling them out. So there is proof out there. Like, there's no need to hide it. We can see it. Like, we can actually see it. I'm gonna read out more comments during this live, because I discussed all these things in the podcast, and I don't want to repeat myself for people who are watching the podcast, but I promise to do it live, so here I am. Just joined. Please tell me Allegri's gone. Yeah, well, apparently he's not. So he's not gone. Apparently, I still believe. I still believe he's not going to be there because it makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense. Players are not happy with him. The club is not totally convinced with him, and he basically said it's not a good team. So, like, put that to aside. Scanavino admitted that there are disagreements, and and we need to play better football. Even though he mentioned, the last couple of games were better. He mentioned that one. That's one. Allegri mentioned the team is not good enough to win. You have players disagreeing with the coach. How is that gonna work? Like, I don't get it. Like, somebody actually who believes that will work needs to explain to me how that's gonna work, because I have no clue. Like, I have no clue, and I think about it a lot during the day. I don't have an explanation as of why anyone believes this is gonna work. I don't know. The club is washed. Okay. If we get top 4, I'll be surprised. No way this style of football should be celebrated. Nobody's celebrated. I wouldn't be shocked if we get top 4, because the teams around us are just as poor. It doesn't make sense. On what basics they're keeping Allegri? Well, the title of the show is money. So money, like, it's money. Now, Julian asked me a good question on the podcast. I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. I will not spoil my answer, but I will ask that you guys to chat. So Julian asked me the question of, would you be happy with signing absolutely nobody, only players on loan coming back, so Ravella, Cambiasso, maybe one of the guys you want to keep in Zakaria, whatever, but Allegri leaves. So we stay like this, Only loanees come back. We don't spend a penny. You can do free agency, but Allegri leaves. Will you accept that? You know. And the follow-up question was if no, I will do the follow-up question. So let me know in the comments if you would accept that. You know, spending 0 cent, not a single euro, only loan players or your own players coming back, but Allegri leaves. Will you take that deal moving into next season? And do you believe we will be better compared to last season or this season, whatever? Let me know. I'm beginning to feel this management are on a mission to destroy Juve. They're on a mission to stabilize Juve, not really compete 100%. Norbert is saying 100%. Quickly, yes. So a lot of people are saying yes. The follow-up question was, yes, I predicted for next season 5th in Serie A but losing. I did a prediction if we whatever, watch the podcast tomorrow. The follow-up question was, or like the following thing we came up to discuss was, what if, because we always say, oh, you cannot sack Allegri, it's 40 million, you need to pay him, blah, 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 all that things. But we're selling, you're selling Vlahovic to make up for money. What if you just, instead of selling him, or like you sell him and you just move on Allegri and then you bite the bullet, basically. Because at one point, you're going to need to do that. Because I don't see this working. I think nobody sees this working out. At one point, you're just going to need to take the hit. Because it will cost you more money than you could have imagined, basically. It's 40 mil compared to missing out of Champions League and whatever. It's more. It's actually more. Yes, if all the current players say, yeah, that was the premise. Like, we stay like this, only the loanees come back, but you change coach. Anything that will make Allegri go, I'm all for it. That would be more than winning a trophy. Yeah, 100%. We need to face the facts. We're no longer a big club, as most think. We are a big club in name, not the way we act and are in this current situation. I agree. The name is still big, but the actions on the field and whatever, they're not big. They're absolutely not big. Absolutely, we don't need a big squad without any serious European competition. I agree. 4-3 with Junior, Chiesa, Pogba, Rovella, Fagioli, Cambiasso, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo is good enough to save top 4. That's my biggest fear. And I've said it, I think I've said it 2 weeks ago, maybe a bit earlier. With the latest rumors and, again, the players linked to leave and the direction we're moving, it's setting up to be, for us, watching the most horrendous 3-5-2 with no technical ability ever. I don't like Allegri didn't want to play 3-5-2 at the start of the season. Then, due to circumstances, he moved to a 3-5-2. But we don't have the players play 3-5-2. We don't have enough center backs. You already have Danilo, who's not a center back, playing center back. You have Bonucci, who cannot stay fit, and you have Rugani. What about, the Junior thing is as well. I know the club, what they're thinking. We paid Junior, 1.7 mil when we signed him. If we can get 20 mil, that's amazing business for the club. But on the field, you're losing technical ability. You're losing somebody excited. You're losing somebody on cheap wages who can do a job. That's my issue. Even in 3-5-2, I don't like Junior in a 3-5-2 because I've seen him do that away to Sevilla, right? He was just playing a back five. He never crossed midfield, really, especially in that first half. It was sad to watch. It was a bit like watching, what's his name? Who started against Fiorentina away from home and then got subbed during halftime. I forgot now. But it was the same thing. So I don't get it. I get the financial part. Yes, it's a big, profit, plus lens or whatever, 20 mil, but it makes no sense because every time Junior plays, is excited, is something to look forward to. You can see, hey, he can develop in something good, very good, and you're giving that up to watch Kostic play week in, week out, or play Chiesa left wing back. It's absolutely sadness. It's sadness when you see when you read this stuff. If Allegri goes with Vlahovic, leave Chiesa, I think they would love to stay, but one of them will leave because we need the money. We're going to sell more after next season with Allegri as the coach. UEFA doesn't ban us, is there any chance we get a team like Aston Villa in the playoffs so we can get knocked out? I on Sky I saw we needed to play playoff. According to Julian, there's no playoffs, but on Sky they were talking about playoffs. I have actually not looked into it because I don't care. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. Unpopular opinion: giving big contract to an age Pogba was a mistake, injury or not. Oh, it's not unpopular. It's popular. Like we said that last summer. We agreed on that last summer. So it's not unpopular. If the club is serious, Sandro Bonucci, Cuadrado, and some others should be shipped. Thank you for the service, but time to rebuild. 100% sure. But maybe that's a bit too much to ask. Danilo is a bad player. The back three system is just a cover up. It less exposes him. Trust me. Well, David, I agree with you 100%. But I've said it enough. I don't have an agenda against Danilo, but when he gets pushed to be one of the top guys, it makes me angry. It makes me angry. Nothing against him, but the way he gets, talked about, it just pisses me off. I really, really hope Allegri uses Rovella. His characteristics will really improve our midfield, but sadly, I think he will play Locatelli as defensive midfielder instead. He cannot do that because, I'm sorry, like I don't know what Locatelli showed to prove he can do that position. I have no idea. So, everyone has to go to a playoff in the Conference League. That's what I thought, to be honest. That's what I thought. But let's see. I thought we needed to face like Hearts or Nordsjælland, like one of those teams. Was it? I'm not even sure, man. I heard that on Sky. I not even saw. I was listening to it, and I couldn't care. Like, like it made me sad just listening to it. Like, imagine sitting here on August, I don't know, the 20th. I'm just saying some 25, and we are discussing a preview for Juventus needing to play Hearts away from home, or Hearts at home, and like, man, like, and the messed up part is we would struggle. We will make it look very, very difficult to manage. I wouldn't even surprise if you don't beat these teams in the playoffs, because how is this team gonna flip the switch when they come back in a month's time in training and they see the same face who said certain things in the media and who actually said the team is not good enough to compete, and then you need to listen to, here we go again, we were going to compete, playoffs away to Hearts at Scotland. In Scotland, let's do this. I don't think the morale is going to be that high. I don't think the ambitions, like the fire, is going to be in that squad. That's my issue. The fire was gone, and I have no idea how he's going to actually light that fire again, because he comes across as very defeated and very out of place in terms of, I don't want to be there. Like, do I really need to do this? Like, that's the feeling I get it. Let's see what... Yeah, the club. That makes me even more sad. Again, Romeo tweeted something out. Maybe not big news, and I don't know any of the people, but the last part pisses me off. So somebody or the head of the medical staff is leaving because he is out of contract, and instead of getting somebody, out of the club, actually somebody, because the situation with injuries is not good, they're promoting somebody else. That's just so us, and whatever, I guess. That's what we do. I'm going to read a few more comments, and then I'm going to leave, because there's not really a lot to discuss, and I don't want to keep all you guys up. But thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe. I will be back tomorrow, for sure. That I will do. If you do sell Junior, then the only excuse would be bringing Ryan Cherky or Arda Güler. Yeah, that's not happening. I like your thinking, but it's not going to happen. Vlahovic, Chiesa, Fagioli, Sule, Miretti, Bremer, Gatti, Danilo, Tech, Kulu, and others. It's not a bad squad for the season, but who knows? Kulusevski is gone. He's not going to stay. But I know what you're trying to say. It's just I don't believe this coach will get anything out of it, because why would he? I'm kind of excited playing the Conference League so we can improve the youngsters and give it chances here. We just need a coach who's like to play youngsters. I disagree completely. It's extra games we can miss because we will have a thinner squad with our medical staff and all those things. I don't believe that that they're gonna improve playing on some crappy pitches on a Thursday, and I don't believe that at all because not a lot of games. Also, a team like Hearts would do everything to win that kind of match, and if our players aren't motivated, it will be difficult to win. It sounds mad, but I kind of agree with you. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up because I said 20 and it's 25. Thanks everybody for watching. Tomorrow podcast will drop early, me and Julian, so stay tuned for that. I will be live tomorrow and I will do a longer live, hopefully with some more news to discuss because it's kind of slim. There's nothing out there. It's basically recycled news. I don't want to talk about Chelsea offering Lukaku and who was that other Loftus-Cheek. It's bullshit. That never happened. So I don't really want to discuss that. I don't have the energy for that at this moment in time. But again, things can change really quickly. There can be an offer for Vlahovic tomorrow or even tonight. Who knows? So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow. Same time.